Let's see if we're going to be seeing similar scenes. Looks like first round is already underway. Pistol round as BuzzKill take the CT side, it appears.
Yeah, so far everybody's still alive and kicking on both sides of the coin. I do believe that our sidebars are a little bit delayed.
Yeah, and wrong, because Mighty Max is not on Fierce.
nobody's got M249s either, but still the pistol round still goes by, and no kills as of yet. The 5-on-5 retake still to be found. The long-range fights for the USPs not quite there for the BuzzKill side. There is a final kill there from the CTs, but they're getting gunned down as they approach. Thomas with 2, Jenko, the last man, are actually pushing to try and find some information, but Impulse does get taken down, and so BuzzKill do concede that for opening round.
Yeah, Fierce Esports. God, I keep saying Fierce. Fierce Esports. Secure your first rounds. We are just working on getting the HUD fixed, guys. Don't worry about it. So we'll keep score and we'll keep you up to date. So the first round going to the way of Fierce, who are on your CT side, not your T side. Grenade going to be deployed in through T mid. Spray coming on through from Astro, but he's going to be safe for now.
So far, so good. The opening kills are there, and they're actually getting a lot of space with Mighty Max on the SMG, pushing forward and unrelentingly towards outside. That force buy coming, or the money coming into this, it's the force buy from the likes of Fierce that hasn't borne any fruit. There's only one player that remains, Scout in hand. And these long-range engagements could certainly still favor him, but moving in, there's just, we won't have a sight line on the bomb planter. They can play these post plants very passively on that BuzzKill side.
Yeah, this is something that we do see from time to time, that scout buy on round number 2. Train is kind of a sentiment for that. Oh, timing, but maybe not. It was very close to actually taking down Mighty Max, but Impulse does fall to the .45 caliber UMP. 2-0.
Yeah, it's not only the sidebars, but it's the fact that the teams are the opposite sides as well. So
we're also not just always watching Jenko.
Yep. They are working hard to fix that so that we're not having to quite keep track mentally as much.
We'll do what we can. Luzza going to be opening up the round to be able to take down our Dilla's artists.
And so far, the CT side are making long rotations. They're taking instead old bomb control, those back lanes positions as well. But these SGs are out in spades here for the BuzzKill side. Soulcast finds 2. And it's just easy enough cleanup. It is the full eco round from that CT side, so nothing to be all too concerned about. So now we move into round number 4. That is still 3-0 for the T side start of BuzzKill, and I guess showing us some of that early aggression, showing us some of that, I suppose, prowess coming into the map that you would expect to see on their respective map pick. We'll see how the CT side do respond. Impulse there with the first. The AWP is online, and so that is a great opportunity, a great opening pick for them to find.
Pulse, so close. Getting shut down in Ivy, but he's going to be safe for now. T side pushing more towards the B site right now, but it's going to be Fry who's there on the defense.
And now that the rifles are out, it seems like Fierce are having a much easier time finding these opening engagements. So very isolated, so individual so far. They're just trying to get a default established, trying to get some early map control for them to work off of in the late round. But now that Fierce have dwindled their numbers, they do have to consider grouping themselves up and overwhelming the AWP. But Impulse gets one, so does Fry, but Pulse is the last man standing. A lot of presence made over towards A, actually. He finds 2 picks for the side, but the bomb is dropped in towards B.
Last man standing, we might be okay with that. Spray going to be coming on through from Pulse, looking for something. Climbs up the ladder, climbs back down the ladder, and decides, you know what, no, he's going to keep running at it. Picks it up. That is going to be a round for the CT side. The first of, hopefully for them, many.
Yeah, now that they're on proper weapons, it's going to be a little bit easier, especially now that the AWPs are online as well. They have these long engagement angles. I think SGs were recovered by the CTs as well, and praise the heavens above. The producers have fixed the problem. We've got everything. We're not keeping mental track anymore, and Laza, as soon as the HUD is restored, he gets an opening pick for BuzzKill there with his own AWP on field.
Shout out to the guys working behind the scenes. 10 out of 10. 3-1 to BuzzKill. A great start for them, really flying out of the gate. Fierce, of course, looking to put a stop to that as soon as they can, securing round number 4, their first one. 5 versus 3. Fry. Quite aggressive in brown corridors. Waiting for someone to push on up. Laza, going to be the point guard right now with the AWP in hand. I think they're expecting someone to be here because Fry hasn't moved and, well, BuzzKill, they're still just holding. Laza is ready and waiting. He's prepped. Smoke is going to give away that someone is quite close, but this is going to be the opening that they now need for the A site. Pulse takes down Artist. Shot from Impulse, though, isn't going to be able to do it. Pulse, single bullet, all that's required. Now Fry in a 1 versus 5. And, well, he's done well. He did well on Vertigo. I don't think he did that well. And that's just due to some delays throughout the day or player timings and stuff like that. We're in. We're back in. We missed a few rounds. We left them at 4-1. It's now 6-2. So my maths does me correctly. That is 4 rounds. Yep.
Yeah,
Science, maths.
It's been 3 rounds, mate.
Damn it.
It's been 3 rounds. Either way, it seems like BuzzKill has still come out ahead in the majority of the endeavor. Still with the lead to start things off, and it's the weak buy coming out from Fierce that has to try and answer back. So far, not able to find too much success. It's back and forth trades and being held in the advantage by BuzzKill's T side. Impulse is in position. He may have gone unchecked here. He's repositioned away from the connector, but Thomas does take him down. He's not going to get out without a fight. And BuzzKill continue this streak on the T side of things. Pulse off to a very hot start for the team.
Yeah, that was a very quick round. Just kind of explode on towards the A side. Another eco round coming on through from Fierce. We've seen only upgraded pistols, 3 Deagles, a pocket AK and a P250. Well, make that 2 Deagles as Laza is going to be able to take down Jenking. Very quick flicks and taps from Thomas. Not able to capitalize on any of it, unfortunately. Looking for the right, does manage to connect onto Astro this time. Is looking for a little bit more damage down range, potentially another frag. Thomas picks up second in the form of Frey. Artist picks up one of his own, but is then eventually shut down by Laza, and Soulcast finishing the job as well. Impulse is going to be on the deck. 8-2. Current scoreline as the people are just joining us. Of course, you can see on the HUD, Fierce Esports taking the first map of Vertigo, 16-11. But that momentum has not continued onto BuzzKill's map pick train.
Yeah, so far as well, not having that same level of star power from the likes of Jenko. None of the team have really had that high level of impact that we saw individually from them, where they really excelled on Vertigo. And this is likely why BuzzKill have picked into this map. It's not quite the same level of confidence from Fierce. Pulse with a very sharp opening kill. He has really had the hot hand for BuzzKill to start off this game. Already 13 frags for the side. And there might have to be a reaction here from Fierce. Around the edge of the smoke, it is Jenko. The Pulse is just really distracting. The brunt of the aggression is in towards the ladder room, and Artis is lying in wait. Brown hole's taken as well by Fierce, so they have to meet one of these CT defenders, and Fry actually pushes the boundaries, tries to catch them out, and that opens up the B bomb site.
This is what he tried to do in that previous round, but there was just no aggression from BuzzKill. But this time he took the aggression to them. Shot coming on through from Impulse, but just too late. Misses the shot, doesn't connect to anything, and Laza is going to be able to take him out. Or now no longer available for Fierce. Long-range engagement from Jenko. He's the last guy remaining, but a single frag is are better than nothing. It's not much money to play with on Fierce after that round as well.
There have been a lot of really uncharacteristic misses from Impulse. So far in this series, he's had pretty weak performances. He's had the AWP quite a number of times as well, but missing a lot of these opening picks. And that's something that I wouldn't expect to see, just because he has been pretty consistent in the past.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Usually see that with an AK or a Krieg, not an M4, but great tapping. About to take out Thomas. Fake flashing with the...
It's a bit of a chunky flash.
It's a very chunky flash. Different color than what you usually expect as well.
I almost wish you could take off the silencer and just chuck that instead,
Yeah,
because
just chuck that. That'd be interesting
That'd
to
be
do,
such a
like have it
weird-
as a
yeah.
separate item. Dev's got on it. Allow us to throw different parts of the gun.
Ew.
Imagine like getting rid of the stock of an AK, like loses accuracy, but you can throw that at someone it does damage.
You get SMG accuracy instead.
Wouldn't be too bad with the damage the AK has, to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, I know, that would be ridiculous.
5 versus 5, another pistol round coming on through from Fierce. Astro's the first one to fall. Pulse picking up a second as well as Jenko pushes him again. Thomas, one more. A tap coming on through from Ardis, but I think it is just going to be that single kill in this round.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like BuzzKill are really flinching. They're getting further and further ahead and not even showing signs of slowing down. It's a relatively clean round from them against the upgraded pistols of Fierce. And again, the AWP is bought up by that CT side. Full utility on the rifling players, respectively. Astro's the only one that misses out a little bit. And we have to expect something different. They've tried aggression towards B. It's been shut down. They've seen Ivy pressure as well from the CT side. Also, it's kind of single-handedly dealt with by Pulse. Maybe instead ladder has to be the emphasis. Team main as well. They're having to explore all of their options because so far everything they've tried hasn't been working out.
Astro has an inkling, or had an inkling until he heard the bullets whiz by his head, but it was past this time.
And again, how many times is that Pulse fighter just coming out ahead in that duel towards Ivy?
This is a conversation we were having earlier. They hadn't touched Ivy for a while, and now they're doing it almost every single round, and they're getting frags from it. Fierce can't leave it unmanned, but when they man it, someone dies.
It's just such a sharp performance so far from the individuals of BuzzKill. Fierce really not delivering in that same capacity we saw from the first map.
There's no one on B. Closest person is Jenko right now, but he's in Pop Dog.
Yeah, and BuzzKill have a full-on wrap towards the site, so they're clearing out all the angles before they fully commit. Pulse has worked his way through Ivy, towards the backside of that B bomb site, and Jenko just tries his chances, tries to go up the ladder. Impulse is the only one that's found a frag so far for Fierce.
Just slumps down as he fell down the ladder. Impulse? There's something like...
Yeah.
Is Impulse having like mouse issues or something? Because that seems like he's dragging, but he's just stopping early. Fry. 1 versus 2. Bomb is down. He has the opportunity to be able to win this out, but Mighty Max says no.
So far, nobody above 6 kills for Fierce. That is very much their problem. They're losing out on so many of these opening duels. They're missing opportunities that you wouldn't expect. Impulse leads the way with the highest amount of frags, but has certainly had an opportunity to really have been a lot more impactful for the CT side. And Fierce at this point, you almost consider just kind of buying all the way through. The flashes, I don't even know that it fully covered Soulcast's vision, but he still gets distracted, not able to really identify the player. And the molly, oh, he's just able to get away in time, but Thomas guns him down on the retreat. So it is a 1-for-1 exchange, and the damage is done towards Lazza as well.
God, unfortunately for Fry, that was an M4 and not an AK. The single bullet dropping Lazza down to 16 HP. Taps coming on through from Astro, but the close range engagement from Mighty Max. He flanks on round with the AK, takes him down. 11-2, BuzzKill looking to make this 12-2. Unless the Deagles can reign supreme. A frag for Jenko. Fry. Beginning his rotation down tunnels. Don't think anyone spotted him yet. Fry takes down Mighty Max. bomb's now dropped. A lot of time still to play with, but now BuzzKill have got to retake that bomb and potentially get these frags. Health is not looking great for Lazza still.
Well, the timing here for Thomas, he's just narrowly avoiding him with this cover of the train. He could have spotted him out up top, but instead he's going to lurk his way out. Does spot the timing on the player rotating in from Z. That is Jenko now down. Fry needs to clutch things back, but Lazza is posted with the AWP.
Yeah, rock and a hard place there.
Yeah.
You go back towards Tunge, you get spotted out by Lazza.
They're just getting outshot.
Yeah.
Simple as that. It's nothing too crazy strategically from BuzzKill. This is their map pick, so we would expect them to be fairly confident on it, but it's not exactly like we've seen a wealth of knowledge being flushed into action. They haven't had to implement any of that. They're just out-aiming their opposition and continuing to do so. Thomas there with the entry. Fierce are going to be very quick on this rotation towards A, but it might just not come in time. Pulse has found another kill as well.
Not the easiest thing to do to be able to control your spray at that sort of range, but does a good job to be able to open up. Astro through the smoke. Fry, all right, maybe they're coming back into this. It is now just going to be Astro in a 1 versus 2, but they have no idea where he is. He's used the smoke to his advantage. He's holding left. He hasn't checked it. Mighty Max, he picks him out and takes him out. 13-2. That's the end of our first half.
Yeah, coming away from the first map as well, this is not what you want. I mean, what you would expect or what you want to see if you're Fierce. You've done so well on Vertigo. You've had such a standout performance from the likes of Jenko. You have all these players kind of stepping up in their individual moments. We had Artis and Fry getting individual 4Ks, sometimes at man detriments as well.
Yeah.
And then suddenly everybody's kind of fallen flat here on the second map.
So would you put this down to just individual performance or them just not liking Train as much?
It's hard to pinpoint which of it is the larger culprit, but I suppose it...
A myriad of both, maybe?
Yeah, I suppose you'd maybe pin it down to just simply map preference.
Taps coming on through. The CTs open up the round with Mighty Max picking up the first frag, but a couple of frags traded back from the T side. The upgraded pistol, the P250 from Fry, doing its job. Pulse now. 1 versus 3. Fierce looking much better on this T side than they were on the CT. Great flick from Pulse. Didn't expect that. Does have a fuse kit, but time is running down. If he's going to do anything, he needs to rush directly onto the site now, but no, cutting his losses. He's got armor still, so it's worth the upgrade. Doesn't look like he's taking any damage, so the damage must have been on the head. Yeah. Very nice. That's actually a pretty decent save for Pulse then.
Honestly, the more I think about it, the more the point of if this isn't a comfortable map for Fierce, they had 2 bans at the start of this best of 3.
Yeah, why didn't they? So, what were their original bans? Off the top of your head, do you remember?
It was Dust 2 and... God, you have really put me on.
No. Dust 2 and Nuke.
Yeah, that's the one. That is the one.
It's all right, we got you.
You remember the first, I remember the first, you remember the second.
Teamwork, there we go.
Yeah, makes the dream work.
Why you have co-casters? 2 casters is better than 1.
Amen, brother.
Shots coming through from Pulse and triple scout setup. Well, it's not going to do much, apparently. There's Impulse. He's had enough of the chat flame. He wants to get back into this game. Takes down one of the scout users. Retrieved by Mighty Max. Got the CZ75, but he's looking to opt more towards the scout. He's just going to be saving it. He's got full health. He's got full armor. It's a CZ and a scout. That is it. 13-3. Soon to be 13-4. All 5 players surviving Fierce.
I really hope we don't see two halves of T-side halves that are just so fantastic. I mean, they've leveraged all the damage as well and spread it out on all of these players. They're almost identical across the field. Only one that's healthy is Astro. So any opportunity that Mighty Max gets here on this CZ would be a huge advantage, but not going to be able to come out and get a single kill.
I think that's fine. I mean, he takes through an upgraded pistol and a scout through to the next round. It's going to be an eco round for BuzzKill anyway, so just taking that additional weaponry through will be nice. Doesn't like anyone else is going to commit into this round at all. Mighty Max just sticking with what he had in the previous round, but we're still seeing a default setup from the CT side instead of a 5-man stack, similar to what like Astralis used to do down one of the tunnels, which I would kind of expect to see when you're on a full eco like this.
Yeah, still not really feeling too pressured as of yet. Not until the game gets a little bit closer will BuzzKill maybe try and implement a couple more gimmicks. Bit of team damage done towards Jenko. That's all the damage that's really accomplished in the round so far. And the pistols actually find one hit with Thomas. Oh, he actually gets the second. Still sitting on the high ground. He's the overwatching player, and Max has brought it close. I mean, it's a 2-on-2 now. They know where one of these players is located in towards the back lines, and Thomas has so much cover to play with. He can toy between these two angles, and Max is in front of the smoke. Surely not. Impulse brings some sanity back. He does save the round for Fierce. Maybe, just maybe, that comes into BuzzKill's hands, but Impulse finally wakes up. Brings it back when needed.
Dear Lord. Fierce. Falling apart in that round. They got picked to pieces, and that's not take anything away from the two BuzzKill players, Mighty Max and Thomas. That was fantastic showing. P250 in the CZ75, they clearly been practicing with pistols.
Yeah, it gets it way too close for comfort, though. Especially when you're trying to spur yourself on to make this comeback happen. Having rounds like that can weigh a little bit on the mental side of things. It's certainly weighed heavy on their economy. It's such a large buffer, and now that's dwindled into just the thousands.
Not much available BuzzKill after this round if they don't win it. Money is looking very, very rough. They need to ensure they win this round, but with the first pick coming on through from Astro on Soulcast, it's not looking great. A minute remaining on the clock right now. It's Fierce Esports. They're looking, trying to decide what side they want to go on. Smoke set up, it appears to go more towards the A side. Thomas holding inside a pop dog though, just in case someone gets a little bit too overzealous down the ladder. Bomb going round towards Ivy. That is going to be Astro and Fry holding over there. 35 seconds on the clock. They need to make a contact play right now. Mighty Max, close angle. Going to be holding the off, looking for one, at least something, but no. Fry watching his teammates back. Better take down Mighty Max, and here comes the push, or not. Shut down by both Thomas, Pulse, and Luzza. Luzza picked up a second. Dear Lord, it was blown completely to pieces by BuzzKill.
Oh my, that's a 3v5, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is...
That's exactly what you want if you're the CT side of BuzzKill. Though.
It's 3-2-1. All three players contributing in that respect. It was Luzza with the triple in the round, and BuzzKill just completely lock it out.
For all intents and purposes, it was 5 1-versus-1s though. That's the thing. There was no real team play in those engagements. It was just, oh, okay, yeah, let's push the person with the AWP. Okay, let's push the person with the AK. But now the tides have turned. Fierce now on the back burner. Astro with the upgraded weapon in the form of the AK, but it's all falling apart as Thomas, he's picked up 3. Luzza picks up 1. BuzzKill on 14. They're looking to make it 15 as Ardis, he does fall to the wayside. 15-5, round number 20 goes to the way of BuzzKill. 21 could be our final. And with the economy looking the way it is, it's looking like we are going to Inferno, map number 3. Let's not count them out. We've seen some crazy things happen with Fierce and Deagles.
Yeah, they're certainly capable of making it work. They certainly have the capacity to make this success, but Astro's so fast outside. Luzza's anticipating it. He gets the first kill. The second in from Thomas as well. They're finding these picks. They're finding and holding on to the advantages. And although Jenko gets 1, he's the last man standing. A second is there, but it's answered by Pulse. 16-5. That is a confident showing coming in away from a loss on Vertigo.